at us. Wish we had more time to spare. Want you around me like air. Can get my feelings involved, and then you not be there. Into my eyes you was there.
I'm helping people, bitch.
Show me you care. I wanna keep you around. People like us are so rare, so rare, so rare, so rare, so rare. I wanna keep you around. People like us are so rare.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's Sam YouTube? It's your girl that got us in the back. Ooh, with another one. Yes. Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the sacral chakra, okay? And things that you might experience if you have a blocked sacral chakra, okay? But before we get into the video though, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You hear me? You are more than welcome to think that anything I say on this channel is a bunch of tomfoolery. You are more than welcome to think that anything I say is crazy, or that I am crazy and I need psychiatric help. You are more than welcome to disagree with anything I say on this channel, because why? What you think is valid in your world. Let me repeat that. What you think is valid in your world, okay? So if you think Bigfoot and Sasquatch is real, it's the channel for you. If you think fairies and mermaids exist, it's the channel for you. If you think aliens exist, this is the channel for you. I'm not here to persuade you to believe what I believe. I'm just here to provoke thoughts. Think how you want to think. I'm just here to shake things up a little bit, stir the pot a little bit, okay? Now, unless how you think is detrimental to someone else's health, well-being, safety, and destiny, overall quality of life, then unprovoked, then you may be the one that needs psychiatric help. You need to go get some help for that. Or you could do what I did and watch these videos. Watch these videos and do what I did. Alright? Now, I'm not a doctor. These are things that I just did to help myself, that helped me, that could help you too. Alright, now, let's get into the video. Alright, so, if you are not familiar with what the chakras are, go ahead and go watch the video I made titled, If I'm Crazy, You Crazy Too. And I give a full breakdown of what the chakras are and everything like that. But to sum it up, the chakras are just like energetic discs, solar discs that make up your aura, or your spirit, or your soul, or scientifically it can be identified as an electromagnetic field, or just an energetic field. Your energetic field or an electromagnetic field, okay? And this electromagnetic field omits frequencies, okay? It vibrates and omits certain frequencies. When these chakras are blocked, it could create certain mental and physical, or it could be detrimental to your mental and physical health. It could cause mental and physical health problems. So the one that we're specifically going to be talking about today is the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. This chakra governs the reproductive system, okay? It also governs pleasure and sexuality. But mentally, it governs creativity. It also governs relationships and emotions. So a block in this chakra could cause emotional instability. A blockage in this chakra could also cause like for you to be less creative. So maybe your ideas may be less abundant when you have a blockage in this chakra, okay? So in the video I'm Crazy, You Crazy Too, I also give a breakdown of how spiritual attacks work. Some people may call it witchcraft, some people may call it black magic, some people may call it energetic manipulation, some people may call it negative manifestation, some people may call it spell work, whatever you choose to believe in it as, that's what it is. I give it up. I break it all down in that video if you want clarity on how those things how those things work. So in those videos I talk about how in those videos I post a clip of Billy Carson saying how, you know, your thoughts and your words leave your body, leave you as waves of light. And that energy has to go somewhere. And then I also talk about in those videos where people conjure up different dark entities, okay? Shadow entities and shadow beings and shadow spirits. And so that energy has to go somewhere. There's when you're conjuring up those energies and those spirits or whatever, and they send those spirits towards you. These spirits don't have a body, you know, they don't have so an entity attachment is a disembodied human spirit, right? So they're conjuring these spirits, these entities, and these entities, because they don't have a body, they don't really have a form. So it can latch itself on to your electromagnetic field, okay? Because it's a energetic field itself, and it can latch itself on to yours if you allow it. So in the video, in one of my previous videos, I talk about this attaching your mind, because it manifests as thought forms, right? It manifests as thought forms. These things manipulate your thoughts and your emotions, and so does if people send you negative intentions. Like, those waves of light have to go somewhere, and if you allow it, you could download the thought, and that thought also will come with an emotion, with a feeling behind it, a vibration. And when you attach yourself to those thoughts, you know, when you accept it, you are allowing that energy in. So I explained that on my video titled Trick or Treat, if y'all want to go watch that video and get that full breakdown of that as well. So now that I have all of that established, you know, these energies will latch itself onto certain chakras to block them. So your energetic field is an electromagnetic field, and the sacral chakra, which means that you magnetically attract, and your sacral chakra is specifically governs. It's specifically for magnetism, right? Who you attract in your life, what type of people you are attracting in your life, relationships. So now I'm about to give you guys an example of, or stories, examples, whatever, on how I figured this out about myself. So not only did sound healing work, but prior to me realizing that it was my sacral chakra, because for a long time I thought it was the root and my solar plexus, which those two chakras is blocked as well. But once I cleared those two chakras, I still was feeling a little bit of bloatedness, right? And of course, in my previous videos, I talk about how I went to the doctor for these things, and these doctors could not find a diagnosis. They could not find out nothing was wrong with me, because everything from what they've done to their knowledge, I was normal. But clearly something was wrong with me, because I don't feel right, you know what I mean? I can feel it. And I was just kind of just expected to just accept or live like this, because from the doctor's knowledge, I am normal, I am regular, you know what I mean? So after going to the doctor and then still trying to figure out what's going on, I came across sound healing, which I've said in previous videos. Sound healing, right? So when people are sending these entities and these energies towards you, they are sending you karmic energy. So what's karma? Karma is when you do something to someone, or do something just in general, and then that same thing happens to you. And when realize that it's karma, that this situation is happening to you because of something that you did, a decision that you made in your life, and you don't realize that it's karma, you will continue the cycle until you realize that it's a cycle, until you realize that it's a karmic cycle. So for today, today we talking about the sacral chakra and relationships. I noticed a pattern in the type of people that I was attracting. So I was always attracting people and this is for any type of relationships. So I was attracting people who were jealous of me. I was always attracting, friends who were jealous of me. And it wasn't me. It was crazy because it's like, it wasn't me. I never intended to make people feel any type of way. People would just automatically feel offended by things that I would say and do. They would take anything that I say and do and then turn it into something that it wasn't, turn it into this big old thing. I also would attract people who would also cause people to misjudge me. Like people who I like, because my true energy, my true aura, because when people are sending you these energies, it's not yours, but your true energy, your energy is you'll still attract these people, or you'll still be gravitated towards these people, but these people will reject you. I'm going to say will reject me, and it will cause for them and the rejection will be like because of some sort of judgment. So it will cause people to like misjudge me very, very, very harshly. It would cause people to, or just not only misjudge, but like judge me harshly. Judge me harshly just based off of just little things. Like they would take some little things that I would do, or what I was wearing, or how I just how I wore my hair and how I looked, and just made harsh judgments. I would every romantic relationship that I would, like every person that I would be attracted to, they would be attracted to me back, but they would never it would always be some sort of ex-lover coming back, and it was a pattern. I mean, over and over again, every single time it would be some sort of ex-lover or a baby mama that would come back around trying to interfere, when we meet, or like at least try to come towards each other. It's always, and then these exes and these baby mamas always secretly be witches. We secretly be into the dark occult, into black magic and stuff like that. And these men have no idea, be having no clue that these girls, that these women that they choosing, that they've been spending life with, have been manipulating their energy this whole entire time. But anyways, that's crazy. Or it's always somebody in their ear, even like with co-workers, relationships that could like bring me an opportunity to do the things, to go further, and the things that I want to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody in the way, in their ear, telling them not to, or telling them, placing the judgment on me, misjudging me. While that person may not have misjudged me, but their partner or somebody around them, it was always somebody or something getting in the way. Feelings of fear. These people will feel fear of coming towards me because, for whatever reason, it was always some harsh judgment placed on me by these people, even though I know these people would like me if they knew me, right? That they would resonate with me if they knew me, if they actually took the time to get to know me. But whatever it is that's making them, reject me, is making them reject me, right? So Now, in these previous videos, I talked about how I've had the dark magic being done on me. So the person that wanted this, that did this to me, wanted to steal my destiny. This person wanted to, so the intention was to isolate me. You know, isolate me so that I would be lonely and depressed, and then would want to give up. And then if I gave up, then my destiny would be transferred to her. Insane. I know that sounds crazy and insane, but I'm telling you, y'all, it is true. It is real. And it's a community of people that practice these things, y'all. I can't stress that enough. It's the community of women who, it's girls on TikTok who admit, who openly talk about doing these things. And I don't believe in people doing things that they not getting results. They clearly are getting results. They are clearly getting results if they're choosing to continue with these practices, okay? And trust me, I would have never ever believed it either. So I understand people who don't believe it, but I would have never believed it either had I not had these experiences, okay? So that was the goal for me to be rejected, for me to be isolated, for me to not have support, so that I would eventually just roll over and die, and want to, be depressed, and want to give up, and just want to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just remove myself. That was the goal, so that she can harness my energy or whatever. I don't know, guys. It's crazy. I don't know the full details, but that's literally what it was. Now, yeah, the goal was to like make me feel like it was never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's, stop to eventually get me to stop trying, to create the illusion of don't try. Don't even stop trying. It's never going to happen, basically, right? So like I said, every friend that I had was low-key jealous of me, and I didn't understand why they would have these feelings towards me. I would always try to be there for them when they needed me. I would always try to, whatever, but they would just be jealous of me. Then when I would meet people who could, people that are inspired by me, especially when I started this platform, when to people who are inspired by me, they would either misjudge me, place judgment on me, or they would have this strong jealousy towards me, or they would see me as some sort of competition or something. It would be something that would make them feel negatively towards me. So, for one example, I'm going to give, I used to post these pictures on my Instagram, and these pictures were very revealing, okay? And people really called me a hoe. I had Christians calling me Jezebel. I had men calling me hoes, all types of hoes and things like that. And then women who were just calling me hoes because they were jealous of me, and they don't have the confidence and the courage to do that because they secretly want to. So, or they're just, they secretly want to, but they're afraid of society, of what society might think of them. So they'll project the same things, the same projections that they feel like society will project onto them, onto me, because they secretly want to do it. So I don't care. I didn't care about those women calling me hoes, but it was the men. It was the men who I felt like were super intelligent, and just people in general, not even just men. I can't even say that. It's just people that I really thought were intelligent, people I thought was really smart, people I really liked and I looked up to, chose to judge me very, very harshly when they're supposed to be intelligent, intelligent enough to understand art. But I'm coming to the realization that a lot of people who seem intelligent, who's good, who are avid readers and are good academically, a lot of them don't understand art. So these photos are for artistic expression. So I'm going to put one of my pictures up, the one that I feel like, the main one that I feel like made people really, really, really judge me in that way. So in this picture, as you can see, I'm in my underwear, right? Like, I'm in my underwear, but there's also other things going on in this photo, right? And people chose to see this photo in a very dense way. I just have to say it. They chose to see this photo in a very dense way. They could not see the fact that they could not see past me being in my underwear. That was what hurt my feelings. That was what was insulting, because now you're saying that you don't understand my art. It's pretty much what you're insinuating by. Now, I've never had sex for money. I've never taken money for sex. I've never been a stripper. I've never done any of that, right? I've never been a sex worker in my life. I don't have an OnlyFans. I don't have any of that. But somehow these few pictures made people think that. And that's what hurts my feelings, is the fact that you don't understand art. I don't even care about being judged and being called a hoe. It's the fact that you cannot see past me being in my underwear. You not understanding art. Art is not something that you're supposed to take. Or art is supposed to be interpreted through how it makes you feel. Symbolism. So seeing the symbolism and then looking and then like being able to feel what the picture or what the painting or whatever it is trying to the message that it is trying to convey, or the message that the artist is trying to convey through this picture, right? And that is my problem. See, that's the only, people don't want to sit, people were not able to sit and look at that picture and think about it, right? They weren't able to look at it and look at the thing. You saw the underwear, but did you not miss the caution tape around my mouth, the caution tape around my leg, the caution tape on the back wall, the caution wet floor sign, the big old crop top that I made myself, that I was for my crop top line, that says caution, your baby might come out dark skinned. And it's very clear. Words are very clear. And all you chose to see was me in my underwear. You never stopped to think that maybe she's showing skin because the photo is about colorism, skin color. I was showing skin because it's about colorism. It's about colorism. I got this big ass caution tape wrapped around my mouth, wrapped around my legs. The caution tape around my mouth because when you speak on it, when you speak on colorism, people call you jealous. People say that they try to invalidate your experiences if you speak up. Like, how did people look at that and then say she's a hoe? I don't understand it. I didn't understand it. So this man and his family, and then like my own family, and people judged me through that, chose not to understand it, chose not to look at the picture and actually open their mind and think. But these are all people who are considered the most intelligent, the smartest people alive. Supposed to be the people that have the smartest brains, the biggest brains, the most knowledge. But you cannot interpret art correctly. That's what hurt my feelings. Then there was this other lady who, very popular, have a podcast, and she just refused to believe that I wasn't a whore. Like, she just could not accept the fact that I wasn't a whore, that I wasn't a hoe, and started to investigate me. started to go dirt digging for dirt, because she just could not accept the fact that I was not a whore. I had to be lying. She can't post pictures like that and still be spiritual and still believe in God and still be a good human being. You know, and so it's like these, and Christians and Christian men saying, "Oh, she's a Jezebel." I've been celibate for some years now, right? Like, body count, I can count on one hand, okay? And I'm not saying that to brag, to say that, to make it seem like I'm better than anybody else, but it's the fact that they chose to judge me like that, instead of opening their mind to really understand what the photo was saying. You know, or understand how people think and their thought process, instead of trying to understand a person. They choose to place these judgments and then cover it up with, "I'm a Christian." Now, what would she have done? She's on a podcast. What would she have done on her very large platform with information if she had found that I actually was? Like, what were you gonna do with that, Christian woman? Were you gonna try to expose me on your podcast? Was she gonna try to expose me on her podcast? Was she gonna try to make a fool out of me? Was she gonna try to embarrass me to her very large platform? Was she gonna try to make it seem like I can't be a good person or a good Christian or a spiritual person because I posted photos like that? Like, what would she have done, or what would she have gained from doing that? That's what hurt my feelings. Like, that's what hurts my feelings. Things like that. Like, feeling like I gotta be lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just being open to understanding a person. You know, that's what hurts my feelings. Me and my mama went to the Van Gogh Museum, and if y'all don't know the story about Van Gogh suffered from depression, and Van Gogh was an artist. He painted, and his art reflected the way that he was feeling. And so when you look at the art, what got people's attention was like his very, like, I don't know the word that they use, but they use a specific word, but it's something about the way his brush strokes used to look. Like, when you look at his photo, the most famous one was the Starry Night. when you look at his picture, his painting, it's like, it looks like a regular, like, you know, just a painting of a night sky, but it's the way that he, like, his lines and his brush stroke. I don't know how to, the word that they use, like the art word that they use, because I don't paint, but you can, looking at these photos, like, you can feel his depression. I remember when we went, and there was one particular picture that we looked at, and it was like a picture of his, like, empty room, his empty bedroom, and I immediately felt the loneliness, right? Because I'm familiar with that feeling. Like, you could not be alone, and you could not, like, you could literally, like, be around a bunch of people, but still be feeling this feeling of, like, of unfulfillment, of sadness, of, like, hopelessness, like this, and that's what it felt like. It felt like hopelessness, like loneliness. I'm lonely. Who do I talk to? I don't have nobody to talk to. No one understands what I'm feeling. That's immediately the energy that I felt after seeing that picture, looking at that picture. I was like, whoa. So art is determined by, and then he would say, you know, he paint, or, well, at least that's what the, you know, the people that were explaining it, or, like, you know how you, on museums, they got the little stuff that you could read about it, and his art style was a reflection of the way that he felt, and literally couldn't literally feel it, and that's what grabbed people's attention. But he killed himself before he could get recognized and recognition. He didn't get recognition until after he died. He committed suicide. So it's important, like that's why I be trying to express to men who feel like it's not masculine to feel, that it's important to feel. It's important to feel. And, you know, people see the abstract art and they just see paint splattered all over a canvas, and then just think that it's just, that is nothing, that it has no meaning. No, it has a meaning. What does it feel like? It feels like chaos. Chaotic. It feels like anger, chaos, the chaotic energies. You know what I'm saying? Like anxious, anxiety. Like, that's what that feels like. That's what it feels like when you look at these paintings. If you actually sat down and took the time to really understand art and look at, and I was not the person that understood paintings until after, you know, feeling depression, and then going to that Van Gogh museum and meeting, being cool with a girl who painted. It was like, oh, I get it now. I get it now. So it's important to feel. And there's several men, like, back to back that I was attracted to. Always had a ex come back into the situation when they had broken up and planned to stay broken up, but then as soon as I come around, they trying to come back around. A baby mama, or trying to interfere, you know what I'm saying, feeling the need to interfere with our connection, or with me and that person's connection, or try to keep that person from me. You know, it was back to back. So it was always somebody else. It was always, even if it wasn't an ex, it was somebody else that he might have been talking to, who might have been maybe a friend or something in his ear. Like, that happened a couple of times with a couple of dudes. It's just like, it was just a cycle, and it was a pattern, and I noticed the pattern. I'm like, why does this keep happening? So then that's how I figured out that I had a blockage in that sacral chakra. Okay, so you have, so when this energy is sent to you and it latches on to your chakra, attaches itself to this chakra, this is the energy that is emitting from you, and this is the energy, so this is what you're going to attract. It's an electromagnetic field, so even though it's not your energy, it is attached to your energy, attached to your energetic field. So when you're meeting these people, or when I was meeting these men and meeting these people, I was attracting people with that same negative, toxic energy on them as well. So if you feel like you are having any issues with relationships, you may have a blockage in your sacral chakra. Now again, you don't have to believe any of what I'm saying, but when I started to do sacral chakra healing, I started to feel the bloatedness in my lower abdomen, and then in my mid to low back. I started to feel the bloatedness go away, started dissolve, like something, felt like something was like dissolving, because it felt like a knot in my lower abdomen, and then and then I would feel this like pain, back pain in my lower mid to low back, and all of that started to go away. The more and more I listened to these sound frequencies for the specifically to clear the sacral chakra, and also certain frequencies that were created to remove negative energy, and frequencies that were made to remove spell work and karma and things like that. And I actually am currently still right now still healing, still working on that sacral chakra, because it was a lot of energy in there, a lot of negative energy there or whatever. So, and I'm still now currently healing that chakra, but I'm almost there. I'm almost done with all of this. I'm almost done with this toxic cycle that I was in, and yeah, I'm almost done. So if you feel like you have experienced any of those things, and you feel like you're attracting the same type of people, the same toxic cycles over and over and over again with relationships, you may have a blockage in your sacral chakra. And you can go and listen to these frequencies that I talked about, or that I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video. No, I'm just going to do it on a different video. I'm going to make a brand new video and just talking about the frequencies and how they made me feel. And I did do it a little bit in one of my previous videos called Unlock the Spirit, and I'm going to name this new one Unlock the Spirit Part 2. All right, that's it. All right, and I believe that is it. That is all I have for you guys today, and y'all have a good one. And remember, don't be a hoe. Hoe asshole, you's a hoe asshole, you's a hoe asshole, you hoe ass.